everybody, welcome back to Mom's channel. Today we have the grocery haul. Not a large one because we had stuff this week, so we just getting some necessities. Speaking of which, we decided to pick up some paper towels and toilet paper because we were running low on those, but now that we have them, should be good for a bit. Mom saw a deal on these, so she picked up some chicken wings. These were like $8. She got some applesauce for her lunches, as well as strawberries and blueberries for a fruit kind of thing. She picked up this buffalo sauce. I asked for that to use for the chicken wings. Picked up some butter. They didn't have unsalted, but they didn't have salted, but the unsalted was fine, so we just grabbed that. Some trash bags, just from when we ran out, and some body wash because I was needing some of that because I had running low on that. We got some grapes and some oranges, also for Mom's lunches, as well as some whipped topping, which I'm going to use that for a recipe. You can't see it here, but we also got some waters. And all in all, it came to around $66. So I don't know if we're over or under budget, but yeah, that was a holiday. So see you guys next time.
All right, everybody. So this is several days later. We were so late getting our grocery haul out. This is actually Sunday, and the grocery haul should have gone out on Thursday. This is right after church, and Jackson is using his little mini chopper. It's like one, I got it for Christmas. I can't even remember the name of the thing, but he uses it for all kinds of stuff. And here he is making some potatoes for lunch. He took care of the lunch meal, and as you'll see later on in the video, I take care of the dinners. I think I was just so tired from not sleeping well previously that he just took care of it. And if you will notice, there is a little thief and a robber in the kitchen who is waiting on something to fall, something, anything. She here for all the things. Should not be in this kitchen, but Mom, of course, is not in here, so she snuck in. And Jackson will not put her out. I put her out. I put anybody out. You in here, you ain't supposed to be in here, guess what? You put out. Period, the end. But anywho, Jackson's making those potatoes. Notice you do not see my dog in the kitchen. That's all I'm saying. I just want it known that my dog is not in the kitchen. And here he is just making this. He made some sausage with this, some that we had gotten from Food Lion a couple weeks ago. And that was what we had for lunch. All right, y'all. So I'm going out into the garden. We have a new garden bed that we need to remove an old one, put the new one out. Just came in to find my jacket because it's a little chilly out. And so I'm going to put my jacket on. The kids are outside already. Just have to find my tripod. Oh, okay, I know where it is. Well, no, Jackson's outside. Sister's on her way, but we're going outside. Ton of dishes, all the things. This needs to harvest. And we got some kale we can harvest as well. All right, so one of the things that I notice, and probably most people do not because they were just not raised this way, is my children move at the speed of ant. And of course, there's a passage in the Bible that says, be like the ant, you sluggard. It does not, maybe they move at the pace of sluggard because they're extremely slow. The ant is very proficient, which my children are proficient. They're just extremely slow. So I just went ahead. I was trying to get, the shovel to help me get this bed out. And they were moving slow. Then we had some ants, and they are the fire ants, and they will bite the fire out of you. So I just used some cinnamon here to go ahead and do a quick kill. We are very humane, but ants must go. Any type of rodent must go. Spiders must go. Lizards must go. We like dogs, though. And so I'm just trying to not let sister get too close to all where the ants are. I don't want them to get bit. If anybody, has to take one for the team, I'd prefer it be mom and not them. And so I am going to show you really quickly how we put in the other bed.
All right, y'all. So I'm in the kitchen now, and I'm getting ready to get some meal prepping done. We've not had a ton of food prepared over these last couple of weeks. Dealing with sickness and those types of things just makes it a little bit challenging to get as much done as we would like to get done. However, I need food. Okay, there's nothing in here. Why is this here? Is there any more cleaner anywhere? Because there's nothing in there. That just needs to go. That just really needs to go. So I need to have meals prepared. I work every day and I don't eat in the cafeteria. And if I do not have food, I am going to go to the snack machine. And I don't want to have to go to the snack. I don't love that. I don't do that often, but sometimes I am hungry for things. And if I don't have, if there weren't any leftovers or, we just kind of grabbed whatever, then there's not going to be any food. And so I'm not doing like a ton of cook aheads, but I'm going to do enough that I will know that I have eaten or I have enough for a couple of days. So in this bowl, I have 3 things. I have some Angus beef. This I got on the markdowns the other week. I've got some ground lamb that I got on markdown the other week. And this morning, our pastor brought back some fresh ground sausage from the mountains where him and his wife go. They were up there doing some work on a project they had. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all of this ground meat, all the ground meat I'm going to get fried up or cooked up, and then I'm going to divvy it out to the different things we're going to cook. So I think I'm going to do chili. I think I can do a chili. Do we have chili sauce in there? Chili seasoning, chili, whatever. Bring 1 can in and a couple of beans. I think I'm gonna do a Mexican or taco bake, and we're gonna do some fish and rice, and then I'm gonna do fried chicken breast with potatoes. So a couple of things are on my plan to do and I'm only giving myself an hour because I've got coffee and conversation this evening. The kids are in the kitchen helping. So my expectation is that this will go quickly if we can go ahead and start. So somebody is cleaning out the fridge. Somebody can start cutting up potatoes for me. I need that garden bed was heavy, and so I'm feeling something in here. And I still do have a little poochie loochie that doesn't make me happy. I need the big cast iron skillet. Right. Okay, I need somebody cutting potatoes and somebody pounding chicken. You can sit that there, Jack. I'll get it in a second.
All right, y'all. So we're in the kitchen, and I want to say this up front that the smell in my kitchen was just amazing. Even when I woke up this morning, and I think it was a combo of the meats together, a combo of that ground meat, the lamb, the beef, and the pork sausage. And again, we just put it all together because it just made perfect sense for us to be able to do that. So I use that large Dutch oven type dish to get that meat going. And I'm just trimming off some fat from a few chicken breasts that we had left. We only had like 3, but they were really thick. So I just cut them in half and I'm going to pound them. Do you see the thief? She is back. She comes in trying to steal, kill, and destroy, but the Lord will not be thwarted. I did have a few little scraps for them, so I took them to their bowl. Here I am again, just moving around that beef, that lamb, and that sausage. This is about 4 pounds of meat because that sausage that our pastor gave us was about 2 pounds. Might be a little bit over 2 pounds, but the lamb was a pound, the ground beef was a pound. And so I'm just putting that together, just getting it all browned. Now, here's just a small hack. You should probably, most of us know this, but to save on dishes and cross-contamination, I'm going to use this Ziploc bag to put my chicken in and pound it. And then for easier cleanup, I can just throw that Ziploc bag away. Of course, when working with raw chicken in your kitchen, please make sure to sanitize your areas, wash your hands quite regularly so that you do not pass contamination around from one food item to the next. So there it is. I'm just going to take that meat mallet and go ahead and pound. Now, I do have a ground beef chopper. I just always forget to use it when I'm grounding beef. When I'm browning beef, I just use my wooden spoon. But I do have one of those chopper things. But this just makes it a tiny bit easier to get those fat chicken breasts a little bit thinner. They cooked a lot faster. And I think I was able to stretch them out from just having 3 pieces to 6 pieces. I'm going to make a dredge station so that I could go ahead and get these chicken breast pieces all battered up and ready for frying. I want to make sure that this is easy clean, so I'm going to be using Ziploc bags to help me with this process. I'm going to be using eggs as a dredge, flour, and then some of these buffalo pretzel pieces that we're going to ground up in our food processor. So I'm doing 2 eggs. Remember, I have 3 chicken breasts that I've cut in half and pounded. 2 eggs in 1 Ziploc bag. Make sure to go back and stir the meat. This meat smells absolutely phenomenal, and I wish you could have been there. And then we're going to make sure that we go ahead and put a little bit of flour into the next bag. You'll see along the way that I'm very focused on this meat right now, but I'm going to put some flour into this bag. I will later go back and put more flour in. I didn't have quite enough because I ended up having to double dredge the chicken so that the buffalo pieces would adhere. So I'm going to also season in the bag. This is just a way to make it a little bit easier for cleanup. You may not want to do this all the time because you will go through quite a few bags this way. But we rarely fry anything. Rarely. We'll fry egg rolls and stuff like that. All right, y'all. So I'm going to finish seasoning up this chicken. And then I am going to get it in this frying pan. So this was some seasoning that I've had in my pantry that I need to use. So I'm going to take those buffalo chicken pretzel bites and I'm just going to grind them in the food processor. What I probably should end up doing was putting a little bit of flour in there because it had so much oil in it that it really didn't ground it as fine as I would have liked it. And a little flour would have taken up some of that oil or some of that grease and it would have made the breading adhere to the chicken a little better. And so that's what I should have done and what I'll probably do the next time. So I'm still cooking up this meat. It was a lot of meat. I know it probably didn't seem like it, but that sausage added so much into what was already there. It just took a minute to ground, and I wanted it to be fully cooked before I started putting it into my dishes. So here I am now making my assembly line for the chicken, and I'm getting everything set and situated so that I can just easily dump the chicken into whichever bag that I'm using and make sure that we get this chicken in the fry pan. I do have my fry pan now on the stove. It is getting warm, and we just used some grease that we had in that copper pot back there where Jackson had fried something. I'm not real sure. I think he fried some other chicken in there. So I'm just going from the regular bag that I did all my seasoning in to the egg bag, and then from the egg bag I'm going to go into the flour bag and then into the pretzel pieces. But what I'll notice is it doesn't stick from the second bag, making me have to re-dip it in the egg bag just so I can make it a little bit more sticky, wet, so it would adhere better to the pretzel mixture. So that's what you're going to see me doing in just a quick second. I didn't quite have enough flour, so I'm going to put a little more in just to make sure that all of the chicken is nicely coated, and it's going to make this chicken very good. Chicken was very good. Of course, we've already eaten it by this time that you're seeing the video. It was really good. I appreciated that effort. And like I said, the only thing I would change is this next time I would put some flour in with those pieces to ground it up and make it a little bit more finer consistency. It was still a little bit too chunky for my liking. So what I did was I actually put it in the fry pan, and it's going to fry up. I'm going to flip it over on its side so it's not fully cooked, and then I'm going to put it in the oven so that it can finish cooking at the same time that I put something else in the oven. So here I am now putting getting the chili done. So I took out about a third of the meat, and I'm adding in all of the things. We did black beans, chili beans, corn. What else did we put in there? I can't remember. Oh, diced tomatoes. We did some of the tomatoes that we canned, and 1 can of hot dog chili. This is how we've been kind of seasoning up some of our chili because I'm out of chili seasoning. And I do have to get some of that, but I was trying not to just go into a big expense. I do want to get a few more spices. There's a few certain things I want to get from Costco. Like I know Rachel was talking about trash bags and dishwasher pods and those types of things. So I'll put a big chili powder on the list when I go for those types of things. And here I'm taking about a third of the meat, and now I'm making the taco bake. And this is just these are the carb balance wraps or the carb counter wraps. And then I'm going in with a layer of the meat, which is the lamb, the beef, and the sausage. And we added in a couple bell peppers we had from the refrigerator. We're going to add in some layers of cheese and then some of the cheese sauce and keep layering this until we have about a 3 or so layer of taco bake. This is going to go in the oven. And of course, we did eat this for dinner. No, we ate it for lunch on Monday. which helped me have lunches for my lunchbox. So I just alternated those carb balance wraps and carb counter wraps, I think, are the ones I got. I'm watching a preaching at the same time. So multitasking and doing all the things. And the kids, of course, are still helping me with whatever. And then I'm actually on coffee and conversation at the same time. So a couple of things I was multitasking, but trying to make sure that we had enough food available. And this will be enough to feed us over the next several days. This brings me to the next day where I did not deal with the potatoes. And so all I did was had Jackson put them in the Instant Pot. Then I just seasoned them up pretty decently. I cannot find my potato masher. No clue where it was. And I was out of butter. So I actually just ended up using a little bit of oil that I had left over from probably bacon grease or something. And then a little bit of seasonings. Stirring everything up together. And Jackson, of course, is bagging up the chili. We needed to let it cool, and now he's bagging up chili, and we got a couple bags, so we're going to throw those into the freezer. Now, I'm not a freezer meal person. I actually, and so does Jackson, like the payoff of cooking fresh. So we don't do a lot of freezer meals, but it does help us when we're trying to have some quick things. Like tonight is Tuesday and we have church and we have to leave here in about 30 to 45 minutes. It would be excellent if we had, go ahead and get something into the oven or on the stove to warm up, and then we can, move on with our lives. All right, here are the mashed potatoes. We just finished those. It's the next day. So these just came out of the Instant Pot. They'll be good for dinner within the next day or so, or we can throw them in the freezer. Looks like I need some new snapware. Okay, we'll figure that part out. I got 3 things of chili. So a little looser than I would like, but that's perfectly fine. I'll just make a cornbread or something, and it'll help sop up that juice. So we double bag these so that they can go into the freezer, and I have 3 of those. So there's 3 meals. This mashed potatoes that will go with the chicken. And then here is the casserole, and we've been eating off of that for lunches. Today, that was the taco bake. That's what we had for lunch. I did not remember to film it last night after it came out. And then we have the, this is a fish and rice. Can't really see. That's the rest of the fish and rice. Get this. No, ma'am. And then here is the chicken that cooked. I let it get a little dark, but it's okay. Put it in a gravy or something and life will go on and be grand. So there it is, leftover or residuals from dishes that we're getting ready to wash. Somebody's getting ready to wash. And we have a couple meals for the next few days that we can now enjoy and not have to worry about doing any major cooking, which was my big thing. I don't want to have to worry about food. I want it to be done. And if it's done, I can just come in here, pick and pull what I want. And then going through your freezer, you know, to know what you have. So I'm looking, and I love these. I love phyllo dough. So I have phyllo dough, and we had some extra. We had extra meat, so we can do like the meat with a cream cheese base. I don't have cream cheese right now, but when I go to the grocery store this week, I could make that one of the things I pick up. All right. So I'm just putting the bags of chili into the freezer. Okay. That way, they're in there. All right. So there it is. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye now.